I guess today we are here to discuss about menstrual cups. And so the first question is, how long can menstrual cup hold the blood? Now, it is said that the cup can be used for up to 12 hours. But to be honest, it depends on what is your flow like, how is your menstrual cycle. For example, someone may have a very heavy flow on day one. So then on day one, maybe you'll have to change the cup every 6 to 8 hours, or maybe it won't last 12 hours for you. But for some women, they'll have scanty flow on their first day, and 12 hours they will would be okay for using the cup. Also, it depends on the size of the cup you're using. If you see a small cup, the capacity will be lesser. Medium cup, it will be more, and large cup has a higher capacity. So if you have a heavy flow and your cup is small, then maybe you might even need to change it in 6 hours or less. The next question is, what hygiene should be followed? Now, the hygiene practice, as what is advisable, is that you boil the cup for at least 5 to 7 minutes before using it for the first time, and then when it is nicely clean, and your hand hygiene is very very important. Your hand should be nicely washed before you hold the cup, and after boiling, your hands are washed. You can use the cup, and that is safe to use. It is not recommended to, there's no need to boil it in between uses. But if you are more conscious and you want that it should be nice and clean every time you use it, then you can actually keep two cups. So you can use a menstrual cup sterilizer also. These things are also available in the market now. Sterilization is one step ahead of boiling. So you can buy a menstrual cup sterilizer, you can sterilize the cup, and when you have to use it the next time, you use the second cup. But overall, it is not required to sterilize it each time. You can just do it at the end of the cycle. Only thing is, in between uses, when you are emptying the cup, you should always wash it properly and put it back. It should not be that when you put it back, there are still blood clots or stains on it. Okay. So can I have the next question? Okay, so when you are traveling to long distances, I personally feel that menstrual cup is one of the best options, because the capacity to hold is much more than pads. Also, staining and all is less of an issue, provided the cup is a good fit, and you have used it properly and there are no leaks. Also, you are free of the uh, pad rash and all these things. So only thing which is important is that washroom should be very accessible for you, and that too, the washroom should have water in them, because just tissue will not help here. And you'll have to empty the cup and flush the contents, and wash your cup again before use. And the second important thing is that you should always keep your pads handy, even when you have the cup, because you never know if you're not in a place where you can use it easily. And another precaution that you need to take while traveling is that keep one more cup handy. I have even heard that they were removing the cup and it got flushed down the drain. So that is the thing. Okay, itching during menstrual cup usage. Now, this is a very common problem, but it happens more when either the cup is not properly washed or sterilized, or in between washes your hands are not clean. Because washing your hands again and again is very important when you are changing your cup. Second problem when it arises is that if it is not lubricated enough. Now, if I see a dry cup, then it can be a irritant, because insertion can be an issue. So either you wet it, or you use the water based lubricant, and you can put it around the rim, and then insertion will be easier. Because when there is a forced insertion, it can definitely irritate the vagina. The third thing to see if you are having a lot of itching is, do you have any vaginal discharge which is pre-existing? So you should definitely consult your gynecologist and get checked once, that you're not suffering from any discharge or anything like that. Okay. Another important thing is the size and the fit of the cup. Now, if it is not fitting properly, if it is located more anteriorly, like it is pressing on the bladder or something, then you may feel some irritation because of that. Ideally, if you have put the cup properly, if it is a good fit for you, then you should not even feel that there's anything down there. Menstrual cups, are they better to use than sanitary pads? I would say yes, but then of course there is a star mark conditions apply that go with it. If you are using it properly, if it is the great fit, then it is better. However, if it is leaking, if it is not placed inside properly, then of course you will feel okay. This is more of a headache, and pads were better. The truth is that there is a learning curve associated with the menstrual cup, like how to insert it, how to remove it. It is very important. For example, in removal, people have a tendency to pull first, but you should actually pinch the cup first and then you pull it down, because if you pull first, then it will kind of have a strain on your cervix, and you will feel as if it's coming down or it is being pulled or something. So these are some very small things, but when you get it settled, and even when we talk about different brands of menstrual cups, you will actually have to try 2 3 brands to know, okay, this one is suiting me, this size is suiting me. uh, you like a medium or a large or a small. Of course, age also has a criteria with it. Like generally young girls, we tell them to, okay, go for a small cup, but older ones or those who have had a vaginal birth, maybe a medium or a large cup will be better for them. But then that is the thing. So if you want to stop irritation, make it smooth, just give it some time, and definitely it will go over pads for you any day. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely use it on your own. Only thing is the cup, if you just try to insert it by itself, then it won't go in. You have to fold it, and there are different folding techniques. There is the C fold, there is a 7 fold, there is a punch down technique. I can demonstrate if anybody would want that. And then after that, you see that your vagina is lubricated, the cup is wet, or you have applied a lubricant, and then you just slowly squat, or you can lie down on a stool where you sit when you're bathing, and open your legs, and then you just put it there inside, pushing it in gently, and it will open up. Now if it doesn't open up, just rotate it a little, and it will open up. Are menstrual cups hygienic? Now, they are definitely hygienic. Of course, that the hygiene part totally depends on how you are using it. As I have said before, your hand should be nicely washed. Your nails should be trimmed. Now, you should not be poking your nails inside your vagina, because that is definitely going to hurt. And your cup should be washed in between as well. Okay, so selecting the right size of the cup. See, the thing is that if you see websites and you see brands, they will say, okay, this age group use this cup, or if you have delivered, you use a large cup. But to be honest, that totally depends on your anatomy as well, and also your flow. So a small, medium, large cup will also be different in terms of its capacity to store blood. Also, what is the size of your vagina? Like if you have had a normal delivery, then the vagina would be a little bigger, so you may need a larger cup. But if you are not sexually active, then a small cup will do. If you are sexually active and not had a delivery, then medium cup will generally be okay. But you really need to see your flow and all these things also. Okay, so menstrual cups can definitely be a little messy, because when you are putting it and when you are removing it, there may be some blood staining on your fingers as well. Your hands will get dirty, so you can wash it. It may be a little ew factor for some people, but then you get used to it with time. But they do not leak if number one, they have been inserted properly. Suppose sometimes what happens is, one of the reasons for leaking is that it did not open inside. If you see the cup, if it doesn't open, then there will be a notch on it, if you try to feel from your vagina. But if it is nicely open, then it would be curvilinear everywhere. So that is one case in which it can leak. The second is, if it is too high or too low, then also there may be a problem. Too high, as in sometimes girls try to insert it so high that it goes even above the cervix, so it won't be able to hold the blood in that case. And so if a cup is inserted properly in the right location, and changed in a particular amount of time, like depending on your flow, maximum of 12 hours, then they will not be leaky, and you would actually enjoy the whole experience, because pads are definitely messier that way. Okay, so if you have not used the cup till now, believe me, it is life changing. I also had a lot of issues, even being a gynecologist, that okay, regarding hygiene, and it would be something which stays in there and blood will collect, would it get dirty and stuff like that. But then I started using it, and I can tell you that it is a life changer, because the pads, you keep feeling them all the time, and the cup, you won't even feel that you're on your period. I feel the biggest thing is that you might even forget that you need to remove it. So that is something you need to keep in mind. I mean, it is that amazing if you are using it right. So give it some time, give it at least 3 to 4 months. Be prepared to invest in it, because it's like dating. You need to see your options before you find your soulmate. And once you find that cup which is meant for you, it will totally rock. Yeah, so I hope I could help you in certain way. If you have any other doubts, then you can free feel to contact me. Also follow me on Baby Chakra for more such information. Thank you.